I think the actual viewing experience of an NFL game is the worst of all four major sports. You go to a hockey game, you have decent seats, you feel like you're right there. You hear the guys crashing against the glass. Hockey live is unbelievable. You go to an NBA game, you're hearing the sneakers on the court. You're there, you're watching these guys. If you have decent seats, you're like, oh my God, there's LeBron James. You go to a baseball game, you can get pretty cheap tickets from unless it's a Dodgers game or a Yankees game or maybe Mets or Cubbies. Most teams, you can buy a pretty cheap ticket to a ball game. Bring the kids, get a hot dog, get a drink. They have a lot of great food at stadiums now. Baseball, as my dad would at least try to convince me as a kid, every seat in the ballpark has a cool different angle.
Oh, don't worry. These are nosebleeders.
Oh, the upper deck. The upper decks are the best.
Oh, nosebleeders are the best.
So I say football is the worst of all four, and I say this because I've had great seats in an NFL game, and I'm like, what do you gain there? 3 yards, 4 yards? You don't realize how great. And maybe
that's the room where it happens.
But maybe it's a credit. I think it's more of a bragging right. I'll be honest, like I've been to Super Bowls, and the more I think about it, I'm going to be real with you. I think it's more about me being like, I was at the game. It's a bragging right. Because the reality is, NFL on TV is the best experience.
Yeah, you can't beat the view you have at home.
The pylon cams, the first down line. Unless you are, if you're near an end zone, if the gameplay is in towards the other end zone, you're like, oh, what the hell's going on down there? You find yourself looking at the big screen half the time.
We brought a telescope to our last game in Miami, I remember. Just to see.
Let's say it
felt so far.
We were by like the 10-yard line, and then you're hoping, I hope the action's at this end zone. And then you're at the 50-yard line the minute, I'm just saying that.
Rich was falling asleep, I swear to you, the last game we went to together.
Rich, I think
he's not lying.
This is one of the reasons why the NFL stadiums that are newer are more intimate now. Like, one of the reasons Allegiant Stadium is popular with all NFL fans is you do feel like you're in the middle of the action no matter where you're sitting in that stadium.
And
in
Vegas itself is bringing a next level of showmanship and entertainment, no? I mean, when it comes to hockey and when it comes to what's going on there.
With their halftime stage and everything, it's glitzy, but also you feel like you're in the middle of it. Whereas the old school stadiums were big, colossal coliseums. And that's kind of going to the wayside because of what you're talking about. You want to feel like you're closer to the action.
Not to mention, we grew up on the East Coast. You go to a Giants game or forget about it, a Buffalo game. You're freezing your ass off for 4 quarters. I don't care how much you say you love football.
I remember going to a game once. I remember going to a Jets-Colts game in the pouring rain once. I was like in high school. It was the 90s. And I remember being like, this is the most miserable I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, it's freezing.
And I'll say this. It sounds ridiculous.
I had my freezy freakies on.
It sounds ridiculous, but when you're watching NFL football on your big screen TV with the Sonos surround sound or whatever you got going on, you're hearing the sounds of the game. Unless you are, like, within the first 20 rows, you're not hearing the pads and the whistles as much. It's like you're just sort of watching.
I look at it this way, though. How many NFL games do you go with those ticket prices we just talked about? Raiders, what was it, $578 average ticket price? $568? $578. I go to maybe one game a year.
Well, be real.
So for that one game a year, I do enjoy it. It's the one game a year I go to. They pay me in meatballs at Fox Sports Radio. I'm working on Labor Day because I have bills to pay. It's the first of the month. I got child support. So if I go to one game, I have a pretty decent time, Rich.
Be real, though.
What?
Be
real like Cypress Hill?
We went to one NFL game last year with some of our buddies.
Yeah.
It was a meaningless game. It was Raiders, Dolphins in the end of November. Both teams were sort of out of it already.
In Miami.
Went to Miami, and it was ass.
What was more ass? Arch Manning this weekend or that game we went to?
Both teams were under 500.
Or episode 3 of the Katrina documentary.
We had like decent seats, and they were $280 a person.
Max Crosby was playing on a bum ankle, and you needed him to get a sack, remember?
I did. My prop bet. My prop bet. God,
we also drank a lot the night before, so everybody's like sort of sluggish, right?
Yeah, but not only that, I'm just saying it was like $280 a person. We had mediocre seats, and both teams are under 500 by that point.
But you're trying to compare it to like the insanely awesome views and coverage we get nowadays. nowadays, especially at home in the comfort of again.
That's what I'm saying.
The pad that we invested this.
So those weren't your teams, Rich. When it's your team and you're it's like a big gang, and you're so excited to be with your people. And there's electricity in the air. You're walking in, and you can't believe you are there. There is nothing like walking into an NFL stadium.
You're exactly right, and I pointed that out when I said it's the room where it happens. It's a Hamilton reference. That's part of it. Just being there with like-minded fans and being part of that experience and that history that could be made. I could make the same argument that Rich is making about the NFL about fighting, because I'm a huge fight fan. And I grew up my entire life watching boxing and, of course, UFC, but boxing primarily. And you think of all the action that you watch from home and pay-per-view and whatever else you're watching. You go to an actual boxing event, you're not seeing the same way you see on TV, not even close. But it's about being in the room where it happens. That's really what it's about. So you're never going to see the same way, especially not in today's coverage.
What do you think, Mark?
Back in 17 and 18, I bought tickets to the Rams game because a buddy of mine had tickets. So I sat next to him, and we sat in the end zone looking through the uprights for the field goal. Yeah. Watching the whole setup, like after a play, and then the players have to go back, and then they go to their huddles. Just that experience of watching the setup and then watching like a running play, and a running back gets through the line and gets through the secondary and starts to run, that's like the greatest thing to see in person. The other part was during a timeout, you watch the referee, because I'm in broadcasting. I watch the referee to see when they tell the players, okay, now you can start playing again, because now the TV is back, so you can go back to playing.
Yeah, that is there. You do pick up on those little things.
But you realize that TV provides an experience that real life can't even compete with anymore.
The reality is TV's so good now.
You find yourself, you're at the football game and all the things. I agree with you, Mark, and everything you said. But when you're at the NFL game, you find yourself looking at the big monitors more than you're actually looking at the field, because even the monitors are more vibrant and vivid than what you're seeing in reality.
Isn't that one of the biggest differences? What Mark was saying, you feel like you're part of the movie rather than watching the movie.
Danny, you know what? I wrote it down, so you're so right. I go, based on what Covino was saying, you're in the room where it happened. You feel part of it instead of watching it. But the reality is, I wonder how much of that subconsciously is ego-driven, the same way a woman, not to be stereotypical.
Please.
Where a woman would, and I've seen studies on this, where women are now choosing.
Boy. Wait, is that how you preface something really controversial and rude that you're about to say?
Yeah,
I've seen studies on this.
Wait, he's a girl dad.
So I can't say anything. I'm a girl dad, so I can't say anything offensive. No, but I've seen articles about this, so I'm not BSing you. That they're saying younger women choose vacation destinations based on Instagram opportunities. That is true. People are choosing vacation spots based on IG and TikTok opportunities.
It poses a question.
My point is, are you there because you think it's the best experience, or are you there because we as people, is our human instinct to I want to be part of it?
You're talking about social media weenies who pose for lots of pictures. Hardcore NFL fans don't really give a you-know-what about that. We just want to be close to what we love.
I feel like if you go to a big game...
Yeah, are you really a fan if you're not at a big game?
You're talking about people that aren't necessarily sports fans, though. They're fans of themselves, and they're into themselves.
Is it also like a weird fan pressure? Let me explain.
There is.
As we get closer to the baseball playoffs, I'm a big Niners fan, but I'm an East Coast baseball Mets fan. Every time the Mets are in the postseason or my football team makes a run, there's an instinct for me to be like, I got to go to the playoff game. I got to go to the Super Bowl or World Series or something. Is that... Why do I feel that instinct? Is it because I need to be in the room where it happened? Is it ego?
Yeah, because who's a bigger fan than you? Jabroni Jones?
But does that prove, are we all trying to prove, I'm a bigger fan, I'm there?
Well, look, if that guy's going, then you got to go. Yeah, there's a weird team alliance. It's also showing support to the team that you root for. You can't say you root for this team if you're not there to support him when it matters most. But that's part of it. You got to go there and represent. It's about you representing and showing who you truly are, which is a fan of that team. It's a part of who you are at that point. Danny G made a lot of great points. You care a lot more when it's your team. When it's not your team, you're just it's kind of boring. Better view at home. So
can I ask you the truth? If
The reason we bring this up, though, is because the average ticket price is
$500, yeah.
And the Raiders is $578. They're the highest, $578 a ticket.
I'll give you how I know. People don't like to be hassled. The world is a lot of extroverted introverts. What do you call yourself again?
I'm an outgoing introvert.
Outgoing introverts.
Meaning I like to go out, but I'd rather chill at home.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, once you get them out, they're like, oh, this is fun. But it's hard to get people to do anything. If I told you, Danny, and I know you're going to say, well, it's not my team. If I said, yo, freebies, I got tickets for, I don't know, Rams Seahawks, week 4 or whatever. Are you driving a SoFi and doing all that? Or you're like, no, hell no, I'm just watching on TV.
It's $125 to park.
No, forget if it's all included.
Oh, if it's all included, I'm going to go because I love football.
To me, that seems like the biggest headache in the world.
But I'm not paying $125 to park unless it's my team.
Okay. Let's go to JP.
Well,
we'll start with you.
That's why you got to give credit to these crazy fans that are just willing to show up. That's why they're fanatical.
JP in upstate New York, let's kick it off with you. What's up, buddy?
All righty. Boy, I was a young man when I called. But anyway.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome.
I've been to 177 NFL games.
Damn.
I started with my brother in the 70s, and our goal was to go to every NFL stadium in the league.
That's
and
cool.
Of course, since the 70s, teams have moved, teams have changed. We went to the Baltimore Cowboy game in the old Memorial Stadium in Baltimore.
By the way, have you covered everyone, or is there something you still haven't been to?
4. We couldn't get 4 because during the strike year, we got shut out of Seattle, and we got shut out of Kansas City.
Ah, okay.
So there's been only 4. The Packers, that was number 3. And actually, I'm having a hard time figuring number 4.
It's all good. I think we'll be all right.
Well, what can you experience at the stadium that you can't get on TV?
Well, for me, it started in 1969 at Franklin Field to see the Eagles and the New York Giants. And throughout all of this time, like my brother and I went to 10 Thanksgiving Day games in Dallas. 10. And what I liked about the game was just what somebody on your team earlier said. You get there for the first time, you're at your favorite team's stadium, and you walk in and you say, wow, I am here. And my favorite team still is the Cowboys. And when I got into Texas Stadium for the first time, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. There's that feeling of being part of it.
Being part of it, the room where it happens. There's millions. Every time I'm at a fight, especially, I'm like, there's millions all over the world that are paying money at home, having parties, watching this event. And I am here. My friends and family are all at home watching this, but I'm here.
Well, you're describing exactly. Well, first of all,
that's the difference.
There's 2 things at play.
So you can't feel that way when you're at home. That's what you're paying for.
There's 2 layers here, and I'm not getting all psychological on you, though I am a little bit. If you go back to the days of coliseums and gladiators fighting lions in arenas, we all have a sense of community that we want. We want to be part of a community. You want to root for something together with someone else, right? So going, like when Danny said, when he hangs out with other Raiders fans, when you go to the Bronx and you're a chest bumper with a bunch of other Guido Yankees fans.
Bald Vinny, bro. Bleacher creatures.
There's something to be said about it. You see, it's the same reason why when you're walking through the mall, I'm out here in L.A. If I'm walking through the mall with my kids, and I see another guy, if I see a guy wearing a Mets hat, I give him a little like, hey, let's go Mets. We all desire community, and that's what sports gives us.
You trying to psychoanalyze me, bro?
Combine our desire for community with, let's be honest, there's something ego about what you just said. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. We want to be there. When we're at a Mayweather fight back in the day, or now, if you're at the Canelo Crawford fight, and you're like, man, millions of people are watching it, but I'm here.
Yeah, but my ego is my amigo because it got me there, and I'm not trying to brag about it on social media. That's a question in itself. Are you sharing or are you bragging?
Both.
No, because I'm not posting about it like, oh, I'm here. Like, I know within myself that I'm here, and there's an extra cool feeling about being there.
I call bull shiitake mushrooms, because if you're at Canelo fight,
yeah,
and you do a selfie by the ring and you're like, just happened to be in Vegas. That's bragging. bragging.
So again, bragging or
and
sharing.
You do it.
I do it for work reasons.
Oh, for work reasons.
No, but are you a fan of that sport, Rich? If you're not, and then suddenly you're posting that stuff, then I would hear what you're saying and be like, okay, that's bragging. But if I know Covino's a boxing guy, which he is, and he's always talking about boxing, then I'm like, oh, that's cool. Now he's part of it right now.
Agreed, but you'd be lying to yourself if you didn't post a picture of yourself at like a Dodgers World Series game. If you didn't almost subconsciously want the world to be like, yo, I just reminding everyone how big of a Dodgers fan I am. I'm here, all right? Just like, no, selfie time. That's the truth. We all want to show the world that we are in the room where it happened. We're at the big
star
event.
of their own TikTok page.
That's true. Let's go to Kim in Oregon. Hey, Kim.
What up, Kim?
Hey, good morning. Just you guys were talking earlier about like Katrina's documentaries that you were watching.
I said the first 2 episodes were great. That last episode, man, you had a smack. You had toothpicks in my eyes, like Tomcat from Tom and Jerry.
Well, I watched one yesterday that I think you would be very interested in. It's not sports-wise.
Yeah.
It's called Unknown Number on Netflix.
Is this the girl that was cyberbullied?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard a lot about it. That's my homework assignment for tonight.
So it's worth watching?
It is. I mean, it's disturbing. It's worth watching, and you wonder at the end is what the F.
All right, I'll write that down.
I'm hearing that from everybody. That's the one you got to watch.
Well, let's say hi to Baker in Illinois. What's up, Baker?
Hey, Baker.
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm with Rich on the NFL Live or at home thing. I spent $750 a ticket to take my stepson to see my Eagles play his Vikings, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this once. 50-yard line, third row, couldn't see crap.
Yeah, it's like you're there, but it's how cool. Yo,
is there a guy with a big cowboy hat in front of you?
It's cool to be there. You and your stepson probably had a great time bonding, and you probably just felt cool. Like,
who was sitting in front of you, Yokozuna?
Who's the best stepdad there ever was? It's me, Baker, right? Because you felt cool. You were there, third row, 50-yard line. But the reality is,
yeah, but you go to 1-2 games a year. You can't go there and just bring the fun and have fun.
All right.
And I get it. That's a great story. I'm glad you shared with us.
Thanks, Baker.
So again, if you just joined us, Rich is saying, hey, man, when you're paying an average of $578 per ticket, that's the highest. Raiders, 49ers, 501, Patriots, 468, Eagles, 456 average ticket price. He said that, let's be real, the TV experience is way better than going to the game.
I'm just saying, when you do the math on that, family of 4 plus food and drink, you are talking about the cost of like an all-inclusive week with your girlfriend or wife at a resort. All right, option A. Go to a Raiders Colts game in the middle of the season with you and your 2 kids.
That's why everybody's broke, dude.
Or I don't know, go to the Bahamas for 5 days. It's the same thing. I'll watch on TV. I've decided.
Hey, watching on TV is really underrated. And staying home, like I said, you put all this money into your setup.
I know you're calling me. I know you
got to enjoy it.
I might earn my name, as you like to call me, Double Talking Dickie. Because come playoff season, if the Mets make the postseason, which they likely will sneak into that wild card, if you see me going back to New York to see a Mets playoff game.
Based on everything you're saying, it must be a brag. And I don't think everyone thinks that way. I think you're projecting on everybody else because that must be how you feel. Because based on everything you said, you're only going back to New York to brag that you went to the game.
There's a subconscious I need to be there thing. It's a subconscious I need to be there.
But that's different from bragging about it.
All right. Well, hey.
Yeah, it's like you're a fraud if you don't. Like, how could I claim to be
I'm
a fan if I'm the
biggest
guy not there?
Yeah, if
that's fair. I agree with you there, but I don't
think
that everyone's there just to brag about it.
All right.